your head off.
Yeah, he always did.
He does not quit. I heard all the Amtrak tales you needed to know.
All right, we're going live.
Yeah, he always did.
Center of the universe, the home of Johnny Appleseed, David Letterman.
I heard all the Amtrak tales you needed
who
to know.
invented claustrophobic seats on an airplane.
All right, we're going live.
It's Naptown Nation. Hoosier stuff like tenderloin sandwiches as big as your head, Arnold Ziffel, and cars that go real fast in May and only make left turns. With your hosts, John, Eli, Peggy, Gracie the Wiener Dog, Carl the Mime, and of course, Luke from New Jersey. And now, here's the game that brought you do-it-yourself circumcisions, high blood sugar readings, and Jewish rabbis in your driveway. Here are your hosts.
Oh, yeah, we have a new intro, Eli. I'm telling you.
I know. Our producer's been on it, man.
I know. We're going first class now with Breck. I want to welcome everybody to Naptown Nation. We've got one hell of a show tonight. We have former professional boxer, a heavyweight, Mark Wycliffe, who played, he was a legend in semi-pro football there in Indianapolis. We've also got, oh God, what was his name? Oh, yeah, Marion Barber from the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to have one heck of a show. We're going to be missing Peggy. Let's make up an excuse for Peggy, Eli.
Is it still cold down there, John, in Florida?
Is it dropping iguanas on her?
Oh, yeah. She got a concussion. She's in concussion protocol. Since we're talking about boxing and football, let's throw her under the bus.
That's right. Concussion protocol for Peggy Palmer, the siren of Sarasota. Hopefully she'll be cleared for next week. But how are things in Indiana there, Eli?
Well, not too bad. It's cold but clear. Typical January day.
Okay.
Gracie the Wiener Dog just woke up in time for the show.
Good.
Oh, as you know, John, I like to run down our indie sports scene real quick.
Do it.
IU, that bastion of Bobby Knight hood was able to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory this weekend when they played Maryland, up 7 points with a minute to go and lose. You got to win your home Big Ten games, or you're going to be sitting home in March, or you're going to be a 15th seed somewhere.
That's true. Yeah.
Purdue is just all over the place. They'll beat a 14th ranked team and then lose by 30 to a Big Ten also ran. Butler has been exposed for no offense, even though they did put up 89 against Marquette this weekend. I watched that game. Butler just can't score. You look at their games when they play somebody that's good, they score about 66, 68 points a game. That's going to catch up to them with an attorney. Sure. If you like 500 teams, then Indiana's your place. We got Valpo, Ball State, just hovering right there. Then we've got Evansville, which I watched them play Valpo and get smoked. Evansville's lost 8 in a row. And I'm sitting there thinking, how in Hades did this team beat number 1 ranked Kentucky earlier in the year?
Yeah, yeah.
They did lose their coach to the, let's just say, over friendly with some ladies.
No
and,
way.
Todd Licklider is coaching down there now. So I'm hopefully he can get the program straightened out in a year or two. IUPUI is just
have
bad.
Such a storied history.
Oh yeah, good players.
Oh
good
my
players.
God, from Jerry Sloan on.
Oh yeah, Evansville. Even when I can't remember the guy's name now, Marty former Bob Nightheater, Drat. Even when he coached, he was not a very good bench coach, but they still put out some good players. I mean, Evansville's
Purple
always
Aces.
yeah. And the IUPUI is just horrible.
Ooh.
And
how about University of Indianapolis?
You know, I don't know much about them, but I do know that Bobby Knight would be happy because Marion, the Knights, are 16-5. John.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe that's why that's why he went there instead of Bloomington a couple weeks ago. He wanted to see somebody win.
Well, how about my old alma mater, Indiana State?
They're in that mediocrity of Indiana.
Sure.
They're with Valpo, Ball State. You know, I watched them play the other night too. I think they may have a better tourney chance than the rest of the second tier schools, the Valpos, the Ball States, Evansville. They've looked the best to me out of that group, and I mean they play in the Valley, so
sure.
I mean, that's a good conference.
Tough conference.
Good conference.
Yes. And then of course you have Goshen?
Well, IUPUI Fort Wayne. They're again that Piddling group.
Have you ever heard the Electric Amish?
Yes, I have.
Oh my God! If anyone is listening, anyone at all, you've got to check out the Electric Amish.
Man, they go way back.
They go way back, and yet they are just hilarious. And they capture the spirit of Indiana better than any group I've ever come across. I mean, oh, yeah, that's one hell of a band. But the call-in number for anyone that is, I don't know, how do they find us? I guess they just are surfing the internet and we pop up.
Well, the show pops up a lot. A lot of our network shows pop up a lot in my YouTube feed, John.
It does mine also. Our number here is 415-340-4848.
And all 100,000 listeners we have can listen to our past shows on YouTube. If
I like to listen to those past shows because, well, Arizona, unlike Indiana, I might add, we offer medical marijuana. And so, you know, I go back, I listen to the archived shows just to see what the hell I said. You know, you've got to do that. I'm telling you, when you're an old fart like we are, and you introduce medical marijuana into the entire structure, yeah, you're not totally sure what the hell you're saying.
I blame it on my stroke, John. So,
well, yeah, you can either do it through marijuana or a stroke. That is correct.
I can't advocate drug usage, but I'd rather have had marijuana than I would the stroke.
Yeah, but stroke is easier for Hoosiers to spell
That's true.
than marijuana is.
I don't know. DOPE is pretty easy.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, I'm going to be calling Mark Wycliffe. Now, oh my God, he accepted the call.
Excellent.
That Mark, you with us? Mark's doorbell is ringing there in Spencer, Indiana. I'll be damned.
Hope he doesn't shoot at us.
There's a good chance of that.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Is this the Eli guy?
Yes, it is.
How you doing, my brother?
I am doing wonderful. How about you?
Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, my man.
Yeah.
Mark and I, we reminisced this afternoon We were talking about all the old Indianapolis Bears.
A lot of them.
From Tommy Osborne all the way up to Mike Mullen. Danny
Yep.
Fink. Oh, we were talking the Brumleys. The whole bit.
I tell you, for a couple of years there, I would have played any semi-pro or minor league team in the country, and we would have kicked their ass. That for 2 years, we had the best team in the country.
Yes.
79 and 80? Or
Yeah. Yeah. The team that didn't win the national championship, Mark, the following year, I think it was better than the one that actually won.
The
I never
Bears.
looked at it that way.
The Bears were really.
Well,
really
we got
good.
beat in the playoffs. Remember, the damn Chicago teams loaded up on us. And
Yeah.
we had that fumble down at the goal line.
Was it Chicago Heights?
Yep, them, and I can't remember the other one.
There was Lincoln
Chicago
Wood?
Heights. Yes, that was it. You got it, bud.
Huh. Was Denny Davis our quarterback at that time?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And then John mentioned Kevin Armour.
Yep.
Good old Kevin.
Good old Kev.
Son of a gun. Good old days, huh?
Yes, it was.
I think about it almost daily.
How have you held up physically, Mark?
Well, right now I got a really bad hip that's giving me trouble. I've been told I need to get it replaced, but I'm not quite ready for that yet.
Yeah,
and
I just got
I also
my
got
other
a
knee
torn
replaced.
groin,
Ooh.
a real badly torn groin muscle that's really, I need to get it looked at too. I need to go get an MRI. But I'm not doing real bad, I'm hanging in there.
I'll
Would
quit
you-
whining about my knees since I got my knees replaced. Your torn groin sounds much worse than my knees.
It does. Did you fall off your deck when you trying to shoot a deer?
I fell at the grocery store.
Oh my!
You would not believe how.
Old, aren't we?
My shoestrings got tied together. Listen
Did
to
the
this.
Brumleys do it?
Yeah, but probably. They probably wished it on me. You know how your boots have these little hooks at the top of them that you wrap your laces around? Well, one of the loops on one shoe got into one of them hooks, and my feet literally got tied together, and it made me fall, and I busted my ass. I mean,
dear.
really hard. And then that re-injured a hip problem that I already had a hip pointer from the football days of going airborne and being straight out after trying to block a punt, and landed on my hip one time. And so I got a hip problem that's really, really bad. And it tore my groin, too, at the same time. My legs did like the splits. When I flopped down on my back, my legs spread apart, and I think that's what tore the groin.
Wow.
But I've been to have stuff checked out, but it's hard to follow up on appointments and get stuff fixed up when you get a lot of things going against you. It's hard to figure out which one to fix next.
Yeah, I'm in that boat. I've got, like I say, both knees. I need surgery on my neck, shoulder, thumb, and both feet. Then I'll be good to go.
My parents told me that was coming if I kept continuing to burn the candle at both ends, like they used to say.
When John and I first started the show, hang on, I got to catch Gracie the wiener dog.
Oh my God!
When I first started the show, I was a guest on the show that John was putting on, and he asked me, if it was all worth it. And I told him if they had a league for over 60 watch guys, I'd sign up tomorrow.
I got in a basketball league when I was 50 down here. They built a brand new YMCA here at Spencer, and I heard about this 50 and over basketball league, and I played a little bit of round ball. I wasn't really built like a basketball player, but I used to kick it around a little, and that was one of the funnest things I ever did, was be in that 50 and over baskball league. I was one of the younger guys in the league, but I was one of the fattest also, and a big old lard ass, and I was 50. I was one of the younger guys, but it was really fun.
But I bet you set a hell of a pick down on the block.
Oh yeah, you know that, and climb all over their backs rebounding.
Oh yeah,
that was the good old days. Yeah, that was when
John
After
told me
got
you
on
were
the
a
football.
record holder.
Yes.
A record holder for what?
7 all-league honors.
Isn't that something?
That's
It is.
something. In fact,
Well, I knew I had a handful or a few, but I never realized it was 7. You know, I only remember probably 3 or 4 of them. You know, but you know, it was rough on us in the old days. I've been hitting the head a lot.
Linebacker. You were from 75 to 81 an all-league player for the Bears.
Son of a gun.
When John and I were discussing,
the only one who beat you was Ed Boswell.
Isn't that something? And he was, you know, to have my name even mentioned with his is really something, because he was fantastic to me.
I'll say this about you, Wick. When John and I were discussing the show early this afternoon, your name came up. I said, that is one thing with me. If I don't know if you remember, I wasn't big, but I always went 100% all the time. And you were one of the only other few guys I knew that did that. Didn't matter if we were up 50, down 20. I told him, I said, Wick gave 100% on every play. And I've always admired that about you, Mark.
Well, I'll be darned. Those kind of players usually make good practice players, too. And you like to bust people's heads at practice, too. I used to get a thrill out of that, you know, lining up against one of your buddies there and cracking their head right at practice.
I loved being crazy.
Good fun. Well, I got a certain age, and I had to quit the kamikaze style of play, where you risk your body and just, you know, went crazy and went wild. You don't last long if you do that, if you play that way all the time.
How old were you your last season, Mark?
I played till I was 36.
Oh, man, I went to 38, so.
Did you? Oh, man. I don't think I could have played another season.
Oh, I was done. They needed some help, and I'm like, yeah, I'll help out.
Well,
was I correct, Eli, that the last time I saw you was out at the Speedway?
Yeah,
you remember
probably.
seeing me at the Speedway walking around out there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought that was true, but I wasn't sure. I thought that was the last time that I had seen you.
Yeah. I live in Speedway now, Wick. I live about literally less than 60 seconds from the track.
Son of a gun. I wish I had $1 for every time I've been in that place. And been in trouble there. I even went to jail once from the track. When I was 20 years old, I got arrested for drinking out there. At 20 years old.
Oh, my God.
Yes, they took me away on a state police bus. And while we were leaving there, I was telling my friends, I'll be back, but I didn't come back. That was an error.
Hey, how's your brother doing that played for the Bears for a couple of years?
Well, Howard played 1 year. He's listening to us right now.
Excellent.
But
Does memory serve me correct? He was a tunnel rat in Vietnam?
No, you're talking about Michael now. He played also with us on the Patriot team.
Okay.
And he was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, but he never did go to Vietnam. He wasn't old enough.
Okay.
Same as me. I was a couple years too young.
John asked me what his name was. I said, I can't remember. All I know is we said Little Wick all the time.
Yeah, that was Michael. He was very short. He was only like 5'6". And then my other brother Howard is about 5'10", the same as me. We're about the same height. And they both played in '87 on the Patriots. So all three of us actually played together.
Yeah, those were good times.
It was.
Mike Sutton and I, we had a great time with that team.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eli, you remember going down to Cincinnati and playing in that league?
Oh, John, I'll never forget that. That's the one where the dude poked me in the eye with his finger on purpose. And I told Armour in the huddle, because I couldn't see out of the eye. I literally couldn't see out of it for 2 days. I told him what play to run. He goes, we don't know. I said, Kevin, run the damn player. Won't snap the ball. It was something we went wide, and I was playing center, but I went all the way to the sideline, ran out of bounds. That dude was standing on their bench. I knocked his ass off that bench.
I had to play center one time there at Cincinnati because we didn't have any other center. So it was sort of like somebody had to volunteer to try center.
Yeah.
And I didn't last very many plays.
Oh.
We probably had 2 or 3 fumbles in a short time.
I love
We
Being
were
a
also
center.
talking about the Baltimore game.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
Wick
Memorial
and I were
Stadium.
reminiscing about that.
That was the coldest, wettest football game I ever played in.
Memorial Stadium. It was miserable, absolutely miserable.
I remember the refs were laying towels over the ball because that was just the wrong temperature. In the mist of the breeze, this little sheet of ice on the ball. I remember snapping it sideways on shotguns back to Kevin because I couldn't grip it enough to put it back there with any spin. So it's just lobbing back there sideways.
And then losing 44-6 didn't help much either.
Oh, they loaded up on it. They took it out on us.
They did.
They were
We paid for the Colts coming here.
they were an excellent team, though. I mean, you could tell they had money within them, and they were big, strong, good young players. You know,
I tell you,
well dressed, and they were gentlemen. Remember, they had a party for us after the game and all.
Oh yeah, they fed us well, put us up in the
Yep.
hotel. We
And,
were like going to slaughter. But do you remember pushing the bus uphill in Pennsylvania?
Well, sure. Oh yeah, yeah. We talked about that today.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
we
I was glad
did.
to get that damn thing to the top of that hill.
I'll tell you the two things that I remember the most of that game. That was number one, we dressed in the old Colts locker room. And everybody had names over the lockers. I made damn sure that we put tape on so that everybody had their name over their locker. And I can remember going through the tunnel with the team, and everyone is yelling, Ursay sucks. Coming out of the tunnel.
Well, if you were a Baltimore person, you would think so too.
I would. Absolutely.
I'm an Indianapolis person, and I think they do.
Yep. We did them wrong, but that's too bad.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, after you got out of semi-pro football, as good a career as you had, you became a professional heavyweight boxer?
Yes, I did. I did that all through the football, too.
Do you
I
have
actually,
any brain cells left?
not that many, but I had a few left.
Okay.
I remember today when I was telling you about the little pro career of 19 pro fights, I forgot to mention that I, not to toot my own horn, but I won the Indiana Golden Glove amateur fights, 72 and 75 and 78 and 79.
Where were those held?
Where was what?
Where were those held, those fights?
Most of them were at the Tyndall Armory.
Yeah, Tyndall. I used to go watch you.
Downtown.
Yeah.
We still go. We go on the final night. It lasts 6 Thursdays in a row through March and April, and we always go to the final night and watch the champions get crowned. You know, and
Sure.
it brings back a lot of old memories.
Yeah, Tyndall. That's right.
Tyndall Armory, and then for a little while they would have the championship matches at the convention center when it was sort of new.
Sure.
And that was kind of cool.
Now, you fought twice at Market Square Arena.
Yes, sir.
You also went on the road. You were the marquee fighter?
My name was on the marquee of a couple places that I went to fight. When we go there to get ready for the fight, my name was on the marquee out front, along with whoever else I was fighting. That made me feel kind of good, you know.
Well, you had
gives you a good taste of what's that?
In 14 wins, 12 of them were knockouts.
Yeah, I didn't keep real close track, but that sounds about right. You know.
Hey, one thing I remember about you at the track, Mark, talk about knockouts. Yeah, all you had on was work boots and some socks and some cut-off jean shorts. No shirt, no anything. And you were built like Hercules in those days. And this guy kept bugging
and a tan.
Bugging you. And you took him out with one punch.
Oh, man. Well, that happens, you know. One time, Tommy O'Donnell got us in a flag football league, too. Did you ever play the flag football at all?
No, never played any flag.
Well, and one time we had a little boxing match in the middle of one of those games, too. And I always got teased about that because it was about 2 or 3 punches and it was over. Of course, I won.
Yeah, I remember thinking at the track, of all the people to pick on here that are drunk, he picks a professional boxer.
Well, you know.
Pro boxer. Good Lord.
Well, you know, I had to do something to occupy my time. And then I was a railroader. I got hired at Amtrak in July of '79 and worked there 34 years.
Wow.
And that's where I get my pension right now from Amtrak. They buttered my bread for me, and I have no regrets of being a railroader and making my career as a railroader.
I've got 3 years and 1 month.
He needs to come out here. Just grab the train, get off in Maricopa. I'll pick him up.
I'll be darned.
I
That's a good
love
one.
going on Amtrak. My wife and I have gone all over.
It's a good way to travel, especially if you want to go slow and see the sights and not be in a big hurry. It's the best way.
I took a train trip, 6-day trip across Canada once. Loved it.
I'll be darned.
It was, the dining car, sleeping car, the whole bit.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah. That's what I did.
I think we have another person on the line.
Well, good.
Who do we got?
Mr. Barber?
Hey, Earl, how you doing?
Doing.
Are you in the middle of your podcast?
I am in the middle of my podcast. Yes, I am.
Wow, I was hanging out with my buddy Marion. He said he might want to go on your podcast. I don't know.
There you go.
You don't like too many people.
Well, me and him would get along great.
What's your name?
Mark Wycliffe.
Well, what do you do, Mark?
Well, I played some semi-pro football, and I boxed, and I retired from the railroad. I worked at Amtrak.
Yeah. He was a professional heavyweight boxer.
Oh, cool. Kind of like me. Okay, cool.
There you kind of like you, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm the 1983 World Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I believe I could have done the UFC at one time in my life.
Well, we're way before UFC. We were actually the PKA.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking 1983.
Oh, yeah, way before.
Joe Corley and all those people down in Atlanta. And we had a lot of boxers want to become PKA fighters. They just couldn't do it. Randall, Tex Cobb, a bunch of them guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was a fairly decent boxer. He was a punching bag.
He was a punching bag, and he could take a shot, but he wasn't a real fighter. I mean, he wasn't a fighter.
Oh, he just had a lot of heart, and was and gave it a good effort.
He was a tough guy. He was used to getting beat up.
That's good.
So, are you with Marion right now?
I am with Marion right now.
Well, put him on. Let's say hi to Marion Barber.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to say hi to you.
Well, he probably doesn't, but by the same token, we're good old boys, and
it's all right.
We get along with everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And let's see, you scored 59 touchdowns.
They were all blessings.
And you were a Pro Bowler one year too with the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, that was another blessing as a backup.
There you go. Well, hey, just being invited is something.
Yes, indeed. And getting to the NFL alone.
Yeah.
No, weren't one of the Barbers a giant also? A New York Giant?
I'm not sure of that. I was asked that long ago, even in high school, and never got to the bottom of it. But I'm unsure about that.
Huh? I thought Tiki or I thought one of you guys was a giant at one time.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
What about Tiki?
Not sure if it's the same family tree. They're brothers, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I had a brother play in Houston for a few years, named Dominique Barber.
Wow.
He was a free safety.
Hey,
he
Marion.
went to Minnesota too, didn't he?
Pardon me? Yeah, he did. And I have another brother there. He's graduated already, and it's his senior year. He plays Mike linebacker, so he may have a chance to go to the NFL coming.
You were a big thing with the Golden Gophers, weren't you?
It was more of the offensive line, really.
No, you don't shortchange yourself, Marion. I'm an old Big Ten power football guy. You and your dad were both badasses in the Big Ten when the Big Ten was a man's conference.
Yeah.
Different eras. It was more singled out running back style then, I would say. And later on, you know, Mr. Maroney came along too. And, you know, we just had a great offensive line.
You were a heck of a football player, and so was your dad, man.
Well, if you go on YouTube,
God is good to all of us. We work hard at something.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Now, what are you doing now?
Well, hanging with the rabbi.
Hanging with the rabbi. Yeah, but I mean, now that you're done with football, what do you do to pass the time?
Soon to be involved in. I like working with little ones, the kids. So soon to get involved in those things.
Okay, cool.
I've been dealing with some things outside of football, just character issues with certain things in public. So I'm just sewing them ends up and getting ready to literally speak on those things and false accusations of many things. But other than that, I'm just into entrepreneurship.
That's great. That is super. We got to get you out here to Arizona too. Come on back with the rabbi.
Yeah, he's been telling me to, and in time, just getting things in order here in Dallas.
Yeah.
How old are you?
36.
36. Man, wouldn't that be something to be that young again?
I've got kids older.
We're old as we feel, you know.
Oh yeah, I do know.
I might pick up a hobby of boxing and whatnot soon.
Oh, quit it.
Try. Quit what? I haven't even started.
Well, that's a young man's game, my friend.
Yeah.
30-something is a little late to start.
I think the natural man would say that, you know, but you know, if you have fear in the Lord, you don't know what's possible. So
okay.
Until that, as far as me and my heart, like football, is the same feeling. My passion for football kind of left and kind of picked up a new trade hobby to exert my energy, you know, and started to really liking it and doing the same little things I would do for football. So it doesn't hurt to try.
Well, heck no.
You had a teammate there in Dallas that decided he wanted to be a fighter, Too Tall Jones.
Oh, no, he was well before my time.
Yeah, that would have been back in his dad's era.
Yeah, well.
There was a young fellow, even later in the era, he went to fight MMA. Rabbi knows of him.
Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely.
He played defensive line, I believe, not too long ago.
But those are storied names in cowboy history.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hit me up to Rabbi. Explain Rabbi to me.
Explain the Rabbi.
Yeah, he's a good man to me. I don't know. Everyone's different with everyone, so you would have to tell me about Rabbi.
Name?
He lives in my driveway.
Oh, wow. That's some personal. I don't think that's about the radio talk we were talking about. I think y'all might have some things y'all have to settle out here.
No, right now he's camping out. He's redoing an RV in my driveway. So he comes wandering into my kitchen at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and cooks a gourmet breakfast for my wife and myself. I mean, we're talking
He's quite the chef.
And omelets and oh my God. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
He's he is one of the most interesting people I have ever met in my life.
Quite unique, yes.
Quite unique. But Hey, I just wanted to say, I'm glad he answered the phone. I'm glad you were on the show tonight. And what kind of advice you want to give us old folks?
I say just to the human race, just cherishing each breath we receive, because you don't know when God Almighty's coming.
I've heard that all day concerning the Kobe Bryant thing, and I've heard that many times today. So it must be really something or be true,
Yeah, you have to practice it daily. I've been doing it since I've been young. I was raised with my mother and father in the household, and they're still together. So, it's just always good to never forget how you were raised and where you come from.
Where did you come from?
Well, I was born in Minneapolis, but went to Wayzata High School and grew up in Plymouth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want you to know, you know where St. Louis Park is, right?
Yeah. We played them. I don't want to say too much, but we used to slaughter them boys back in the day. Wayzata, it was tough. Yeah, they'd come, we'd go there, and we'd always be victorious, but humbly speaking.
Well, I used to work in a Jewish deli in St. Louis Park.
We're supposed to get some knishes soon.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, thanks so very much for being on. I'll let you get to your knishes. How's that?
Not quite. Rab's taking me to a place probably this week.
Oh, well, he can afford it. He can afford it.
There's good people there. They actually give it to him for free.
He gets just riding around town here with him is an experience like none other.
Mm-hmm.
We'll drive down the street. He'll see a Mercedes parked in front of a pawn shop, and he'll go, "Pull in. I want to buy that Mercedes."
I think it's the one he showed me today. Mm-hmm.
And we're driving down the street.
Was it black?
Jaguar, for God's sake.
It probably was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a character. He's like a whirling dervish. And
you always have to be ready with the Rab.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I got one of his friends here in the house waiting for him to come on home, and we all went to church Sunday, and it was a good time. It was a heck of a good time. So I want you to know we're praying for you.
Likewise.
And we really appreciate talking with you tonight. You were a stud in the NFL.
The Lord was my shepherd, so I think I gave all glory to him.
I watched that YouTube video of you trapped in the end zone this afternoon. You know that one? Where you slipped about 8 tackles? Mm-hmm. That was one heck of a run. It just
squats
was
and cleans. That's probably from that. A lot of squats and a lot of cleans.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, you go out, have yourself one heck of a dinner. Say hi to the rabbi for me. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. And thanks so much for being on the podcast tonight.
Maybe next time we'll talk boxing.
There we go.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, Mark. Talk to me about boxing.
Well, I think I'm a little too old to give lessons, but
no, Rap 62. He still hands out lessons.
I know. He had his birthday last week, and calmly announced he was retired. He is not, by any stretch of the imagination,
He's always at work. That's why.
He is always at work. Oh my
Mhm.
God, I'm hearing banging from the RV at 2 a.m.
Mhm.
He's trying to figure out how to put a hot tub where the bedroom used to be in the RV. I mean,
And you have to be quiet. You have to keep it quiet around him. At least I know I do.
well,
He doesn't like me talking too much.
well, I know, and you never want to contradict him. And he will be quick to tell you he is the smartest man in the world.
He hasn't let me down, so.
He is. We love him. So
Speaking of smart,
he is. He is. I was surprised.
Quite wise.
Well, he and I were both in the 101st Airborne, and basically,
400 times jumped out of a plane.
huh?
400 times jumped out of a plane.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
daggone.
You know, there's, as they used to say, there's only two things that fall out of the sky. One of
Rain
them
and
is
snow?
airborne.
Oh, okay.
The other one is bird poop.
Oh, that's not good.
Avoid the poop.
That's never good. Yeah, I've seen that actually happen to a friend of mine. We were eating one day, and a pigeon flew over, and I couldn't believe it. It was the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen.
Wow.
I can top that. I was eating a steak on a picnic table, and all of a sudden the steak tasted kind of chewy, and I looked down, and the bottom of my paper plate was gone. I had eaten the whole paper from the paper plate.
I'm gonna have to get that visual.
Oh yeah. Anyhow, you there, Eli? No, Eli.
No Eli.
I don't
I'm
hear
here.
Eli.
I'm here.
He's there.
Are you a dog person?
Oh yeah, I've had up to 5. I'm down to 2 now, and they're both older than dirt, just waiting to die. Unfortunately.
You
Hello,
should
Eli.
You should
Great.
see my new dog. I have a half wolf dog.
Oh
And
man.
He's the coolest dog I've ever had. I've had many. And his name's Hokey, because there used to be a cartoon called Hokey Wolf. So I named my half wolf Hokey. And you would love him. You would absolutely love him.
I love all dogs, Mark.
Big white, and he looks just like a wolf in his face and his head. But he looks like a white German Shepherd with a wolf head. Is what he looks like.
Very cool. Do you
Listen
remember?
to this. Auga, auga, auga. You hear him? Auga, ow, 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 augie, ow.
Gracie the wiener dog.
He's waiting for the moon.
Listen,
Wait for the
auga.
moon.
Talk to me. Ow, augie. That's my wolf. You hear him?
Oh yeah.
All dogs go to heaven, they say.
That's the real thing.
Good Lord Almighty. Is it raining out there?
The problem is trying to get him to stop. Hey! When he gets going, he don't want to stop.
Even my
He's wanting the whole wolf pack.
Wow.
Hey,
All of a sudden we into best in show.
quit! Dang. I can't get him to stop. He quit. They finally quit. I scared him to death. I thought I'd let you hear the wolf howl.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh my, yeah. Great.
all night long sometimes.
No.
Holy
well.
smokes. So, what are you doing, Mark, now that you're retired? What are you doing to keep yourself busy?
Well, I still deer hunt quite a bit around here, and I rabbit hunt, and I love to hunt, and I like guns. I do a lot of shooting out here. They, all my neighbors and all the people around here have accepted and shoot. Everybody shoots, and people just shoot all the time around here. They target practice, they hunt, and there's always some kind of season going on where people hunt out here a lot. And I'm one of them. You know, shotguns, 357 Magnums, whatever. I just I like having a little artillery, you know, and we shoot out here a lot. And I do that a lot.
You'll like this, Mark. You heard me reference Gracie the wiener dog. She's 16 now, got cancer a second time, but her health's starting to go. I used to take her rabbit hunting. She would flush rabbits like you would not believe. She was a great little rabbit dog.
Well, I used to use them to go down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, she like I say, she'd bring them back to me, just set them down at my feet.
How does she catch them? Get them cornered?
Oh no, I'm talking about she'd flush them out of the brush. I'd shoot them with a 20 gauge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's an actual hunting dog.
That's pretty cool.
It was.
Hey, Eli, do
Yes,
you
sir.
remember going to a practice and somebody, I think it was Mullen, brought a bow and arrow?
Oh yeah, had that little mini crossbow with him.
Oh man, them are dangerous.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It was in Mike's hands because he was horrible with it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we were talking, Mark, I don't think played with Wade Hall. We were talking about that a little earlier.
Now that name don't ring a bell.
Oh, you would remember him if you saw him. He was
I
literally
probably would. Wade Hall, is that what you said?
bigger than a door, Mark, and fast.
Oh man. So he was a lineman, huh?
Yeah, he's a All-American wrestler.
I was telling John earlier how every year when you saw me, you used to ask me if I was going to play line this year because I gain weight every year. And you guys would always ask me if I was going to play line this year instead of linebacker.
Well, I was always too skinny myself, so.
Oh, yeah, sure, right. You was a little...
I didn't get fat till later on.
I hear you.
You know, we're actually live streaming on YouTube as we speak.
No way.
Absolutely. Now,
what time did that come on the air?
oh, it's going to be. It probably came on when we started, about 45 minutes ago.
Well, my brother sent me a text at 9:15 and said or 9:20 and said it wasn't on yet. And we had been talking for a little while.
Have them go onto YouTube, type in Naptown Nation, and they can hear it live as we are speaking.
On the Stables Network.
Just type in Naptown Nation on YouTube and you'll see it. It says live now.
Okay.
That will be us.
Son of a gun.
I
I have a couple other friends that are tuned in also.
Yeah,
well,
they
good.
if they miss it, Mark, Breck will be. He always archives it, and it's up in a day or so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now I was telling Eli earlier, Mark. You have a landline and no computer.
You were correct.
That's a Hoosier thing.
Well, you know, there's so few people with landlines now that you can't even get a phone book anymore with landline numbers.
That's right.
I called and tried to get one. I tried to get them to send me one, and the lady tells me that they don't even make them anymore. Regular, good old-fashioned phone books.
He probably thought you were pulling her leg.
No, I was dead serious, and she knew I was serious. But they just don't have. She informed me that they don't have phone books anymore, and I found that hard to believe. But that's what she told me.
Well, no offense, Mark. You need to get in this century, son.
I've had everybody tell me that. I'm just a little bit stubborn. You know, I just recently learned how to text. And yes, I have a little cheap flip phone, and it's really tricky texting on it, but I can do it. And
We always
and I
had the
actually,
big fat fingers too, dude.
oh, they're like railroad ties.
Oh yeah.
But I just learned how to text recently. Isn't that something? But I'm learning. I'm going to get me an Android, and I like
Oh
the
my
kind of
God.
phones you can ask them questions and all that stuff, you know. And
Eli, Mark wanted to know best place that you think has the best tenderloin.
Oasis Diner in Plainfield, and
are they the big
Oh.
tenderloins?
oh yeah, and right here in Main Street Speedway, my aphasia kicking in, John. Dawson's on Main.
Dawson.
What on Main?
Dawson's,
Okay.
like Dawson Street. Yeah, those are my two favorite ones.
I'll remember them.
And I eat tenderloins like you breathe air, Mark.
Son of a gun. That sounds good.
Hey,
I buy a big old
we're
pork.
going to do the show. All three of us are going to show up in Indianapolis, Mark, and we're going to do a Monday night show live from Indy. And all three of Peggy will come in from Sarasota. I'll come in from Phoenix. We'll all be sitting there eating tenderloin sandwiches,
Oh man.
doing a 1 hour show, and
I
you
can hardly
are
wait.
invited.
All right. I'll be part of that. That
There
sounds like a
you
winner,
go.
especially if you're buying.
Especially.
I can't spend my railroad money, my hard-earned railroad pension.
Well, I was getting ready to say you don't have a phone bill, so you could probably afford it.
Yes, I do. I pay like $65 a month for the landline,
Do you
and I
really?
pay $100 a year for my little cell phone. Is all that costs.
It's not a party line, is it, Mark?
No, I found a trick though. I buy 15 hours for my little cell phone, and it's only $100, and you don't have to pay any bills for a whole year. If you make that 15 hours last the whole year, you don't have to pay any bills for. And I do that. I use my landline most of the time, and my cell phone is just for emergencies.
15 hours a year, Mark?
15 hours a year. And that's all I use because I only use it in emergencies. And every once in a while, somebody will call me on it. But I don't talk very long on it. I use the landline. I sit here at at a desk here at my house, and I use my landline most of the time. That's what I'm on right now, is the landline.
Yeah. 15 hours a year, Eli. Oh.
Now, I don't talk on mine very often because I really hate talking on the phone, but I use it for everything else.
Right. Well, some people use 15 hours in a few days or a day, don't they?
Yeah, I hate talking on the phone.
Yeah, I don't like talking for long periods of time, actually. But you gotta. Everybody talks on the phone, and you have to get by.
As backwards as Indiana sometimes can be, it is nothing compared to where Eli was born.
Tennessee.
Worse.
I saw pictures of the town. It has like 240 people living in it.
That sounds like Spencer.
Houses.
Mark,
Where
I'm
was
from
that,
West
Eli?
Virginia, buddy. I'm from West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Mountaineers are always free.
How about Huntington?
Oh, that's a big city. Screw them.
That's big city.
Oh, okay. My welding instructor at Amtrak was from there.
Oh, okay. So he's a Marshall fan.
Dave Rice.
And
Son of a gun.
I live down on the southern tip where the hillbillies are, Mark.
Oh, okay.
I lived up there with the civilized.
In fact, where'd you go to elementary school, Eli?
Elementary, Anna Walt.
There you go. Because I saw a picture of it this afternoon.
Oh, you saw a picture?
I saw a picture of your elementary school.
Yeah.
Good night, Earl.
Hey, Mark.
Be chilly. Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on. We're gonna have you on again when we come to Indy. I promise you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you got to do is call, and I'll come running.
There you go.
Fantastic to hear from you, Mark.
Hey, if you ever get down here around Spencer, call me.
I will, buddy.
I'll buy your lunch. Might not be a tenderloin, but we got 2 or 3 nice restaurants here in Spencer, and I'll be glad to treat you.
You can tell by looking at me, I haven't missed too many meals. So
I hear you. I told him, John, today I weigh 3 1/4, so don't laugh. I just went from 370 to 3 1/4 though, so
good for you.
That's a little bit of progress.
Heck yeah.
That's hell of a progress.
That's like taking one little fish out of the ocean, but I guess it's better than gaining.
Absolutely.
That's right. Absolutely. You take care, Mark, and it's
all right.
Very good. Very
good talking to you guys.
So long, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All righty. As he hangs up that landline, the party line probably. Oh, God.
Yeah, the old lady on the other end screwing the mouthpiece back on now.
That's right. Yeah. No, I got to figure that little town that you were born in, I bet it doesn't have a phone book either, does it?
Oh, Lordy. I don't even think it had one when I was little, John.
My God. I mean, I'm looking at these, abandoned buildings that are just huge that used to be downtown in your little town.
Well, I tell you, I only have a few memories of downtown Anawalt, if you want to call it that, but our traffic light is at the intersection where the bar was. And I think I don't know if I told you before or not, my dad was a policeman there. And here, I used to get in the car. It was like Andy of Mayberry. I was like 5 or 6 years old and ride around the car with him at night. And he took me in that bar one night, and somehow, I don't know why, I'm sure there was financial gain involved, set me up at 5 years old, put me up on the bar, and the place got quiet so I could sing. What a memory to have of your childhood.
Oh my
God.
God.
In a bar in West Virginia at 5 years old.
Singing.
Yes. And I can't carry a tune in a bucket, John. So
wow.
All I remember, people were buying me pops and potato chips and everything, giving me money. So yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, we've had a heck of a time tonight.
Yes, we did.
Mark Wycliffe, former heavyweight professional boxer and semi-pro linebacking marvel, and Marion Barber from the Dallas Cowboys. We missed poor Peggy. We'll get her back next week, I'm pretty sure. And so from Gracie the Wiener Dog, Carl the Mime, we didn't hear from Lou tonight. Darn it.
No Lou.
And we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday. I'm John Guy.
And I'm Eli with Gracie the Wiener Dog.
And we wish you a pleasant evening. Good night now.
Night. See you, John. See you, Breck.